Yo, what's up, guys? NazUFC here. So, EA Sports UFC has just released the official art for the standard and the deluxe edition of UFC 5. Um, so, here's the screenshots of the cover for the standard edition. There you go. We've got Volk and Valentina Shevchenko on the left. Um, a lot of disappointment from everyone. you know, Everyone's giving it like a solid 7 out of 10. Personally, I wouldn't say this isn't the best cover itself, but it's probably because they haven't. It looks rushed. It does look rushed, like the background, everything. It looks like a standard UFC 4 thumbnail you would see on YouTube, bro. I can't lie. It does not look great. People were saying stuff like it looks like a mobile app screenshot, bro. Like they were really going in. Yeah, I'd personally give it a 4 out of 10 myself, but the deluxe edition did not disappoint. I think the deluxe edition cover looks good. You know, we've got Israel Adesanya on the front cover. Looks like he's been in a scrap, a 5-round scrap. Looks like he's got a bruise or a cut under his left eye, and it looks good. It looks good. I can't lie. That does look like Israel Adesanya. It actually looks like him. But if we look at Volk here, that does not look like Volk. You can tell the eyes are quite far apart. It could to be due to the lighting, but let's be honest, when we're playing the game, we're not going to be staring at their face. We do appreciate detail and stuff like that and graphics, but when we're playing the game, we're not going to notice small things like these. But yeah, it looks like I'm pretty sure these are new shorts. I can't remember seeing that band like that. They might have just leaked a new UFC Venom shorts design. Who know? Who knows, mate? But yeah, guys, that basically confirms that everything Insider Gaming was saying. Mike Straw was the person who covered that massive article about all that info that's been dropping over the last week. The leaks. Were all true. He said that Izzy would be on the deluxe edition, Volk and Shevchenko on the standard edition. So he was right. You know. And he also spoke about the release date being on the 27th. So I'm now 99% sure that the release date will be the 27th of October. And he said a few other things. So let's go over what he was actually saying on Twitter. Um, so someone made a tweet. It was MMA Censored. MMA Censored basically covered everything Mike Straw said. So we're now actually 2 days away, not 6 days. So ignore that. UFC will be released on 27th on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, no PC. For me, that isn't too much of an issue. It might be an issue for people that aren't on next gen console, but it is a good thing. There are pros and cons to it. I know a lot of disappointment from players that don't have next gen console, but it means that the game will be running fast, high graphics, high frame rate. So the performance of the game will be sick, will be up there. No PC, which I'm glad. I'm glad that it wasn't on PC, and I hope no UFC game ever gets released on PC because you guys know what PC players do when they get bored. They start cheating, they start hacking the game, and that was what PC players will do. I'm not saying they will all do that, but there will definitely be a few, and that would force EA to invest in an anti-cheat. But the way anti-cheat works is it's like a battle between cheaters and anti-cheat. Like Call of Duty, they would make an anti-cheat, but then these COD hackers will figure out a way to bypass it, and they'll make it better. Then the COD players will find a way to bypass it, and it would be a repeat process of that. Could you imagine playing a cheater on UFC 5 and he just knocks you out with one punch? Imagine how annoying that would be. Um, and yeah, Alexander Volkanovski. Look, Mike Straw was right about the front cover again. The beta will start in September. I actually want to quickly say, guys, yeah. So I was actually speaking to one of the admins from the Discord, one of the official EA's UFC admins. So hey, Steve Dave says the beta will be after the 15th, if I can tell you that much, which means the beta is going to start after the revealed trailer date, between the 15th September and the end of the month. So within that 2-week period, the beta will start. It might be on the 15th, who knows? Cool. Another thing Mike Straw said was that Fedor was going to be in the game, including Ali and Mike Tyson. There was a video that got released yesterday of fighters reacting to the reveal trailer. DC was in it, Bilal Muhammad was in it, all these fighters, Michael Chandler was in it. And there was a clip. I can actually quickly show you guys. So there was a clip here of DC right at the start. He gets bleeped out and it looks like he's saying, "Damn, is that Fedor? That's Fedor." Like you'll see it here. Volume up, yep.
Dude, they got actually got.
He said, "Do they got Fedor?" You can see it there, and he says they actually got Fedor.
Dude, they got actually got.
See that? And he's all surprised. So right, guys. So back on this tweet again. So the submission mini game is going to be removed. So we're not going to see any of that spinny blue and red shit anymore. It's going to be a newly built system based on transitions. So I wonder how that's going to be. 8 regions on a fighter for bruising, cuts, and swelling. Remember how I mentioned earlier that Adesanya had a cut? That basically confirms it. Actually, that looks more like a bruise. So usually he barely gets hit. But yeah. So all these leaks are true, which is a bit. I don't know. I don't know whether to be happy that the game got leaked or, disappointed. But I'm a bit in the middle. I wish it was more of a surprise and I played the game, then I found out. But at the same time, it's making me more excited for the game too. New cinematic replay for knockouts. That's just standard shit. UFC 4 has cinematic replays too. I'm pretty sure it's a bit slow mode. Hopefully they show a normal replay like UFC does in real life. Like they don't need to go all crazy and zoom in and stuff like UFC 4 does. Fighters can suffer broken noses, swelled eyes, and more. I'm pretty sure Mike Strauss mentioned that this would affect gameplay. So, like, if you had a, swelled eyes, that it would affect your ability to see. Broken nose could mean you're forced to breathe out your mouth, which would lead to your mouth opening. And if your mouth's open, then your jaw's more likely to break. You're more likely to get knocked out. Is what Dominic Cruz says. When he commentates. Online career mode. I've never actually played career mode ever in any UFC game, so this might be the first time I play it because it's going to be online, of course. Players will notice enhanced ground and pound mechanics featuring realistic elbow strikes and body punches that will make each fight feel more immersed and intense. I'm happy they mentioned body punches because you guys know me. I love punching the body, but yeah, I remember they spoke about elbows on the ground. They're going to bring that back. Don't know how much that's going to change the game. Hopefully, it just means more powerful damage on the ground. Additionally, the game introduces new spinning attacks and calf kicks, providing players with a wider range of striking techniques to utilize during bouts. These new animations add depth and realism to the gameplay, ensuring that each fight feels unique and engaging. Okay. Okay, so new spinning strikes. I'm happy with that. I'm happy that they're adding new strikes to the game. They spoke about calf kicks somewhere here, I swear. But yeah, they're gonna be introducing calf kicks into the game. I don't know why they mentioned that because calf kicks are already in UFC 4. Although calf kicks were, um, you know, was a strike that was introduced quite late into UFC 4. I think it was like season 6 when they brought calf kicks in. But yeah, I don't know why they needed to mention that they're adding calf kicks into the game. That's always been a thing. But yeah, another thing I actually want to talk about is all this damage stuff, cuts, bruises, I feel like all that shit's gonna promote spamming a lot. So let's just say your ice cut, your right ice cut, your opponent's gonna focus that cut and it's gonna lead to them spamming the strange strike, whether it be a spinny elbow, just ordinary elbows, hooks, they're gonna spam the shit out of that same strike in order to open it up even more so they can get doctor stoppage. Who knows? But yeah, guys, the best advice I can give you guys is for playing UFC 5 is have a learner's mindset. If you don't know something, don't rage and call someone a cheeser. Maybe reach out to them, ask them how they do the strike, ask them how to counter it. And if you can't find any help, then figure it out yourself. That's something that I always did on UFC 4. I would always ask people how they use a certain technique, and they'll either tell me or they won't. So if they didn't tell me, I'd learn the strike myself, and I'll learn to counter it. And yeah, try learn how to wrestle. They might change the whole wrestling system. Try learn that straight away. Don't be hesitant. Don't be a standard bang player. Um, get in a team. I've got a team of players that I always play with. We're going to be on the game UFC 5 playing at Lawyers. We're going to be sharing knowledge. Maybe do something like that too. But yeah, make sure you guys play the beta, which is going to be dropping between the 15th September and the end of this month. The code will get released a day before, so you get a day's warning. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. yeah, drop a comment down below. Give me your opinion on the cover art, everything. Like, do you think do you agree with me when I say the game will be a bit spammy and stuff like that? There's been no mention about ranked game mode, by the way. They've not spoke about ranked yet, so I'm still curious to see what that's going to be like. I wonder if they fixed all the broken UFC 4 exploits and all that stuff. There's a lot of exploits in UFC 4, which a lot of you guys don't know about. I hope EA know about it so they can fix it for UFC 5. Some bearing in mind, some of these exploits have been in the game since UFC 2, and like I can make a video exposing all those exploits if you guys want me to. Let me know down below. For educational purposes, of course, the UFC 4 is going to die out in 2 months, anyways. The game's done for, but I can release that video or a video like that for the purpose of EA fixing UFC 5, and I'm gonna play the beta, and if I find any bugs, and if you guys find any bugs, you should report it. Don't keep it a secret, because I know a lot of people keep exploits a secret and they like to use it themselves. I think it was Fadnator who discovered the LB upkick glitch. He kept that a secret. As soon as I figured it out, I told everyone. And if you tell everyone, it's a good thing, because then everyone starts using it. It becomes an issue, and the game, the developers will fix it, and that's just how it works, guys. So don't keep these exploits a secret. Use them so they can get patched. That is what I'd say. Report them. That's just that's cover art made by a randomer. That's not the official thing, so ignore that. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Drop a like on this video, and peace.